Namaste. Hello everyone. Welcome to Shail Gulhati, Shiva and Mysticism for another episode of Monday with Mahadev. Today I'm going to talk to you about a very important term which we hear every day for our devices, and that term is updation. Whether we have an iPhone, an Android, our TV sets and channels, cable channels, Fire Sticks for Netflix or other films, we are constantly reminded by the makers of these devices that we need an update on our device. An update of a software which then gives us a new version of the device, and it becomes more capable to handle their next programs. Now, Shaivites say that Shiva created this world ostensibly to learn more about himself. Before the creation, he was a great form of energy in himself, and he wanted to manifest a universe where he could learn more about himself, where he could grow, where he could play, where he could further understand what all is possible to do if one is God. And therefore, this whole universe was created for a growth, for knowledge, for love, and for play. And this universe, the Shaivites believe, has been created not just once or twice or 100 or 1,000 times, but many, many, many times more than that. And therefore, we can assume that we are very, very old souls. We have come to this universe many, many times in some form or the other to play, grow, love, and evolve. And obviously, it becomes very necessary that since we are very old souls, since the play is very, very old, the universe is ancient, that we constantly require updates as well. And these updates are what we may call in spirituality an evolution. Because what happens once we update our phones with the latest software? It becomes a new version, and it is more able to deal with the things that are now going to come. And therefore, spiritual people, the gurus, the Sufis, all our preceptors tell us to evolve, to have new updates which show us how to handle a problem which we earlier may not have known how to. So we realize the futility of anger and jealousy and greed and these kind of things. We may have tried them many times in this life, or many, many more times in past lives, and these great pathfinders saw the futility of these kinds of updates to themselves as not working. And they tell us to get updates which are more harmonious, which are more integrated. We need to integrate ourselves with each other, with everyone, with the ecology, and with the whole universe. That seems to be an abstract of what the ancient idea of Shaivism was and how it correlates with this new idea of updates of software. Now, while we live our lives, we have focused on one thing so much. There is one word, and that word is comparison. How do we compare with others? How is my height compared to others? My looks, my skill sets, my physique, my wealth, my power, and so on. And this has led in turn to another word which is called competition. Competition by itself may not be a bad thing, but we need to compete with ourselves. We need to compete with our own old version and update it into a new version. Because if we have comparison and competition only with others, our yardsticks are only what the other is doing. What car does he drive? What kind of house does he have? What job does he have? And so on. And I must be better than him. This is not like a 100-meter sprint in which we have to compete with the other racer and just finish at the tape and come first. This is far, far deeper than that. This, as I said, is about our evolution and our connect with the whole cosmos. So the sooner we realize that the updations which are motivated by us in terms of comparison and competition are more or less like us trying to fix our phone ourselves, going into the settings and doing other things and trying to get better usage of the phone like that, but it doesn't work. The updations made by the maker of the phone have a great deal of thought put in them. The updations which are sent to the Shaivites by Mahadev are far deeper, more harmonious, kinder, and definitely more well thought out. So instead of trying only comparison all the time, I think we can learn once again from Mahadev what the real updations are. And if we take a look at his life, and I have repeated this to you many times, it in one word can be summed up as simplicity. No crown, no regalia, no big marked kingdoms, no scepters, none of those things. Just a few friends who are called the Ganas, an excellent family, and his love for the mountains and forests, and he leads a very blissful life. So, for one who is on the path of spiritual self-discovery, these updations, these new versions of ourselves which we must try and bring about, are those which all our gurus, our rishis, our munis, our Sufis have always told us: update a better, harmonious, kinder, more compassionate, and more intelligent version of yourself. See through the futility of comparisons and competitions, because these lead only to greed and hoarding and so many other things which we have seen so plainly now. Mankind has seen so plainly that an uncharted comparison and competition does not really lead to world harmony. It is not just about machines and automations and bigger buildings and higher buildings and faster planes and faster cars. It is much more about basic humanity. And those are the updates which come only from following our sadhana, reading our sacred texts, imbibing them in silence by ourselves every day, and then moving slowly, slowly towards our goal, which is Mahadev himself. I hope you liked this little video. Join me again here on next Monday, and I will come back with yet another Shiva wisdom for you. Om Namah Shivaya.